Okay, hi everyone. So let's talk about finding the LCM of a set of polynomials. Let's quickly review. LCM is the least common multiple. Alright, so this is something we may have touched upon in like 5th grade or 4th grade. Least common multiple, or even earlier. But anyways, doesn't matter. Alright, so let's review it real quick. So if we review it, not if, we are. Alright, so it's 3 and 4. I wanted to find the least common multiple of 3 and 4. I wanted to find the multiple that they share, which is the lowest one that they share. Okay, so you can go ahead and count. It's like 3, 6, 9. Count by 3s because those are multiples of 3. And then it goes on. And then 4 is 4, 8, 12, 16, and on and on and on. Okay, now 3 and 4, their least common multiple, it's right here, 12 and 12. Which just so happens to be 3 times 4, okay? So it's actually, they're just multiplied by each other, 3 times 4, because they have to be multiplied to get their lowest common factor, or their least common factor in this instance. So let's look at polynomials now. Polynomials, first things first, is factor them down. Factoring them down, you get what? This is x times x squared minus x minus 2, which becomes x times x. Factors to multiply get negative 2. That when you add them, you get negative 1. So it's x minus 2, x plus 1. This is our first polynomial. And now our second polynomial, if I factor that down, it's x minus 2 times x minus 2. Alright, so least common multiple, it contains each factor for the greatest number of times. Alright, so here 3 times 4, we multiply, so basically you had 3, and then if you multiplied that by 4, you get 12. They both share the same factor. That's the point I'm trying to make. So it's 3 times 4. They both share the same factors, but it included both of them to get 12. Now with polynomials, it's a similar situation, alright? You have x times x minus 2, and then x plus 1, and x minus 2 times x minus 2, right? Okay, so greatest, or not greatest common factor, least common multiple would have to be, alright, the greatest number of times that the factor appears in one of the instances. So it's x minus 2 squared in this instance. They share one, x minus 2, but they don't share another x minus 2. So I'll write another x minus 2 as well. X, they both don't share an x, so I will also write that down. And then x plus 1, they don't share that, so the least common multiple should also contain that as a factor. So basically, the least common multiple basically contains all the factors, right? Which is why in most instances, you're basically multiplying all the factors together, in most instances, okay? But since they have a common factor, which is the x minus 2 here, you only write one of them once, and then since this the second polynomial had a second one, you'll also write that down, and it's going to be a part of the least common multiple. And then finally, you would multiply all these together, and this would be your least common multiple of the polynomials, which, if you write it out, it would be x minus 2 squared times x plus 1.